that's funny. Oh, that's so funny, 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 funny. Get ready, your audience will see you soon. Ah, that's funny. Alrighty, guys, welcome. Game number 153 versus Seattle. We have 4 games left at home, all 4 of them against the Seattle Mariners. So we got 10 games remaining. This is game 153, 10 to go. So hoping to get a doubleheader in tonight. So less than 10 games after this. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this long replay. We're in Kauffman Stadium. +1 to strikeouts, -1 to walks, -2 to home runs. Harold Baines, Greg Briley, Alvin Davis, Jeff Leonard, Ken Griffey Jr., Darren Coles, Henry Cotto, Scott Bradley, and Omar Vizquel. Brian Holman pitching for the Mariners. Steitzer, Wilson, Brett Jackson, Eisenreich, Tardeville, Stillwell, Frank White, Bob Boone, and pitching today for your Kansas City Royals, Brett Saberhagen, 242 average. Well, Seattle is 2 wins, 7 losses, so we've had our way with Seattle. Let's see if that continues tonight. I need to bring up the actual schedule, the actual game here. Game 153. 153. That's towards the bottom of the page, as there's only a couple left. All right, here we go. Just so you know, Ken Griffey Jr. did not play in center field in this game. The center fielder that was listed happens to be, oh my God, don't start with me again, you dumb thing. The center fielder for the Mariners happens to be, oh, interesting enough, it was Ken Griffey Jr. Interesting. All right, well, Ken Griffey Jr.'s in. So there we go. All righty, and away we go. Harold Baines, Brett Saberhagen, and his 242 average. His wonderful 14-3 record. Last time out, took a loss though, so hopefully he can get things right the ship here. And a 1-5 strikeout plus Harold Baines, Steve Reich 3 at the knees. Greg Briley, 46 is a blank. Greg Briley, 42. That's going to be a double, so 1-out double. Alvin Davis, 1-4. We got a ballpark check here. And that is a 1-5. That's going to ground ball to short and advancing on the play. 2-way now for Jeff Leonard. 4-4. And Jeff Leonard, the right-hander, is a 35. That's going to be a fly ball out to Jackson at left field, and that does it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. We go to the bottom of the first. Brian Holman, 0-3 with a 7.58 ERA, 19 innings, 25 hits, 15 strikeouts, 7 walks. Let's see if Kansas City can continue to bomb away on Kevin Holman. 5-5 hit by pitch. He's actually a +5, but not close enough as a 20 came up. But a solid single back up the middle for Kevin Steitzer to lead things off. That brings up Willie Wilson, the center fielder. 36, and no walk. And a 6-1, he'll get a single. And stopping at second will be Kevin Steitzer. So first 2 men have reached for George Brett. Come on, George, 271 average. Let's get that average up a little bit here. George Brett is lefty, so 5-3. That's going to be ground ball back to the pitcher. And everyone's going to advance, only plays at first here. So moves the runners up for Bo Jackson, 266 average. 4-4, possible error chance. Bo Jackson, 35 is going to be a ground ball to Coles. No error on the play. He will try to score. He is a 6. Will the defense try for the auto out at first? They shall. So coming in to score and advancing on the play. That brings up Jim Eisenreich, 2-way now. Runner still at third. 6 and a 4. Another possible error. on a ground ball. And that's going to be a double. That's going to score a run. Jim Eisenreich, he's starting to play some ball here in the last month of the season. Danny Tartable, 2-0 KC. Danny Tartable. And Danny's going to strike out to do it, but 2 runs and 3 hits, no errors. We go to the top of the second. Ken Griffey Jr., 32. Ken Griffey Jr., 278 average, 33. He's going to ground it to Stillwell, and he'll be out. Darren Coles, 192 average. Steve Reich, 3, swinging at the ball in the dirt. Good curveball by Saberhagen. Second strikeout of the game. Henry Cotto, 1-4, and that's going to be a ballpark. Ballpark check. 53 is a ground ball to White, and that's a 1-2-3 inning for Saberhagen. Brian Holman steps back out. His average is at 810. 1-6, and Steve Reich, 3, called on the outside corner. His second strikeout of the game. Frank White looking for something to hit here, and he's going to pop him up wide of third base, and making the catch out there is Coles. 2-way for Bobby Boone. Another stadium check. 56 is going to be a single plus, and tries to stretch it into a double, and out at second. So no run, 1 hit, and no errors. We go to the top of the third. 2-0 KC. Scott Brantley, 33, and he's going to strike another curveball. Falls in there. Beautiful throw. Brett Saberhagen with his third strikeout. Omar Velquez, 1-4, another stadium check. Lots of stadium checks here early in the game. This is going to be a fly ball out to Eisenreich in deep corner, but he makes the catch. 2-way. Back up to Harold Baines, 0-1 with the strikeout to start the game. And this time he's got a hold of one, but White makes a good diving stop. Gets to his feet, throws to Brett, and it's going to be it. No runs, no hits, no errors to go to the bottom of the third. Top of the lineup here for Kansas City, Kevin Steitzer. 24 is going to be a walk, and Steitzer looks at that 3-2 pitch. It's outside. Calls that a ball, and he'll take the free pass to first base. Not much of a threat to steal there. Willie Wilson, center fielder, and he hit him in the shoulder there. I think Willie Wilson was leaning into that one a little bit, wants to get on base. So 2 on again for Kansas City, no one out. Once again for George Brett, 46, and that one is outside the range. And a 31, that's going to be a fly ball to center field. Ken Griffey Jr. makes the catch. Steitzer's not going anywhere. Bo Jackson, 0-1. And a 25 is a blank, so it's coming off of Bo Jackson's card. 44, that is going to be a ground ball to second. Are they going to turn it? They are. 4-6-3, double play is going to end it. So no runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the top of the fourth. Brett Saberhagen, no walks, 3 strikeouts so far. 56, and Steve Reich, 3, swinging through that one. He couldn't catch up to that 93-mile-an-hour fastball by Brett Saberhagen. Alvin Davis, 0-1. 32, he was looking at a pitch here. And a ground ball hit down to Brett. Brett scoops it up. Saberhagen makes it to the bag in time. 2 away, and Jeff Leonard is up. Aaron, a ground ball possibly. And a 45, it's going to be a fly ball. That's going to Wilson. Wilson to his left and calls off Jackson and makes the catch. So we go to the bottom of the fourth inning. It is 2-0 KC. They've had their opportunities. They just not have cashed in very much. Jim Eisenreich with the RBI last time up. And let's see if he can get things started here in the bottom of the fourth. Nope. Little dribbler, Holman off the mound, comes in, scoops it up, throws it up. Davis at first base. 1 out. Danny Tartable. Danny with a 264 average. And he looks at an outside pitch on a 2-2 call. And that one's going to be a walk. Kurt Stillwell. 0-1 and a strikeout. 62. Kurt Stillwell looks, and 23, and that's question mark 9. 2 is going to be a solid single, and 6, lead runner thrown out. Danny Tartable, he's thrown out trying to advance. But on the throw, Kurt Stillwell will advance to second base. So, unfortunately, Danny Darnville trying to stretch that out. Frank White, 4-4, and error chance. 35. That's going to be ground ball, and Valquez is an 8, and not this time. He makes a good play, and he'll throw it to first, and that'll do it. No runs, one hit, no error. Kansas City's had their chances. Ken Griffey Jr. up. One of my all-time favorite players, Ken Griffey Jr. And a 44. That is a ground ball down to Brett. Brett throws it to Saberhagen, one away. Darren Coles, 42, and the right-hander. 26 fly ball out to right field. Eisenreich makes it look easy. Good range out there by Eisenreich and Wilson. 46. Henry Cotto, 0 for 1, 24. That's going to be a double, though. This time he's laced one in the gap. And it's taken a while before Wilson tracks this one down. So Scott Brantley, RBI opportunity if he could get a hit. 6-3, and that one's in there. Called third strike, and that was, oh, Brantley was not like that. That was just what he needed, and that's going to do it. So Saberhagen keeping this scoreboard clean here. Brian Holman doing his job as well. Actually, not pitching bad. Bob Boone is 1 for 1, and he will walk on a 3-0 pitch. That's 4 straight balls. So Brian Holman cannot find the zone right now. Kevin Steitzer. Brantley wiggles his fingers. Holman with the sign and the pitch. Here it comes. 33, and it's going to be right on Steitzer. 23, he's going to pop him up. He got under that one. That's a high pop fly to Coles. Coles back just to the edge of the grass and calls everyone off and makes the catch. Willie Wilson, 0 for 1. I'm sorry, 1 for 1. 34, it's a blank. Willie Wilson, come on, Willie. 23, that's question mark 9. No, that's going to be too high. The 20 came up this time. So Cotto catches that way out there in right field. 64 is a possible error in a ground ball. 46, and that's going to be a solid single to first base and rounding second. Here goes Bob Boone and heads off to third base. He's in there. Throw just offline, cut off by the pitcher. So 2 on, 2 away for Bo Jackson, who's 0 for 2. A lot of 2s in there. 21, so this was off of Bo Jackson's card. 24, and Bo Jackson's going to send one out there. Ken Griffey can't catch it. That is a solid single. Run's going to score, and George Brett stays at second. So the RBI single by Bo Jackson. Jim Eisenreich, 1 for 2 with a big double, 46, and that is outside the range for the left-hander. 24, it's going to be ground ball. Hit to Reynolds, and that's going to do it. But 1 run on 2 hits, no errors. Casey takes a 3-0 lead. Is that going to be enough for Brett Saberhagen? 43, and that's going to be ground ball. Stilwell, he's going to backhand that and grab and throw. Had a little bit of trouble getting it out of his glove, but the throw was in time. George Brett with a nice stretch there. Back to the top of the lineup, Harold Baines, the dangerous Harold Baines. 56, and Harold Baines swing and miss. Foul tipped that right into Boone's glove, and Boone smacks his glove and throws it down to Steitzer at third base. And 2 away now for Greg Briley. And that one's in there, and strike 3 called. 3-2 pitch, and that one's in there. Brett Saberhagen catching those corners. And we go to the bottom of the 6th, 3-0 KC. It should be a lot higher score than that, but Seattle is playing good defense and keeping things close. Danny Tartabull, and he's going to rip a solid single between Coles and Valquez on the left side. And he trots down, takes a wide turn, but then heads back as the ball comes in. Brian Holman waiting on the sign and throws over to first, but Danny Tartable gets back in time. Danny waits on the next pitch here. Is he going to take off? No, it doesn't look like he's going this time. 64, airing a ground ball. And we got a 34. That is going to be a liner right at Davis. Are they going to double him? Yes, they do double him up on the double play. Catching Danny Tartable heading to second too quickly. And that's going to be a double play. 3 unassisted double play. Frank White 0 for 2. And Frank White 45. And Steve Wright 3 for Frank White. So he strikes out. So go to the top of the 7th. Very entertaining game. Brent Sabragan, 236 average. And he's got a 3-0 lead. 62, that's in there for nothing. 63, that's a 5-ball. Eisenreich, he's coming in on it. And the ball starts dropping, but he'll get it. He gets to it. Wind caught that one. The wind catched that one? Wow, that was bad English. The wind caught that one. And a 34. It's going to be ground ball Stillwell. He comes charging in. He's going to barehand this. Throws it to Brett in time. Good play there by Kurt Stillwell, the shortstop. Brings up Griffey Jr. He's 0 for 2, but now he's got a chance. Here comes the pitch. 3-2. It's going to be a solid single in the left field. Jackson can't get that one. So King Griffey's on for Darren Coles. 0 for 2 on the day, 1-4. We got a ballpark check here. Kauffman Stadium, not good to batters. More outs than there are hits on this card. 32 is going to be a 5-ball. This time Jackson comes in and he makes the catch. Little snow cone action on that one. And that's going to do it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors to go to the bottom of the 7th. Stretch time. Everyone gets to stretch. Brian Holman still out there, 6 innings strong. He's going after Bob Boone, who's 1 for 1 with a walk. 34 is a blanker. It's a Bobby Boone. Boone time, and question mark 9, and that's going to fall in there for a solid single. He thought about taking 2. It was just in there, but Bob Boone not the quickest of foot. And they saw how Danny Tartable got picked off, so he decided to leave it just as a solid single and stay on there. And Kevin Steitzer's up, and you know what they're going to do? They're going to put on the hit and run. Even though it wasn't rolled, I'm going to put on the hit and run here for Kevin Steitzer. 52 home run check. Oh, the 20-sider failed us on the home run check. 55, that's a question mark 9. That might fall in there. That's going to be a triple. That one's rattling around in the corner off the side wall. It bounces all the way to the main wall. And Cano's tracing it down. Grounding second, heading to third is going to be Kevin Steitzer on his wheels. Here comes the throw all the way in. It's offline. Coles is in there. Slides in safe. An RBI triple for Kevin Steitzer. Well done, Kevin. All right, 4-0. Willie Wilson up. Brian Holman here. 1-4 range play. This is actually our first range play. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning, guys. 1-3, and that's a solid single unless Briley takes it away, and Briley does. He comes in and makes a fantastic diving stop, but it's deep enough out there that coming in to score is Steitzer on the sacrifice fly for the first out. So it's 5-0 KC. The triple pays off double dividends, as not only does he get an RBI, but he also scores the run now off of Wilson's drive. So George Brett, 272 average, 1-5. And speaking of range plays, we've got another one. 25. That is going to be a ground ball down to Coles. And Coles, one of the good defenders, he makes that backhand stab. He's from his knees, stands up, and guns him out with the cannon arm. That's the second out. Bo Jackson, both of our range plays have failed. Bo Jackson, 33. He's looking at a pitch. Here it comes. 22, and that's going to be a ground ball. He's hit it to hopper right to Valquez, who aims and fires to Davis at first, and that's going to do it for the 7th. But 2 big runs on 2 big hits, no errors. We go on to the top of the 8th. It is 5-0 Kansas City. Brett Saberhagen once again doing a masterful pitching job. 1-5. That's going to be a blank against Henry Cato. 63 is a fly ball. Wilson, he's going back towards the warning track. It's a high popper, but he's got that one. Scott Bradley, yeah, 34. Uh-oh. He's left one down the middle, but Scott Bradley, does he get a hold of enough of it? He does not. 1-4. It's going to be a ground ball hit to White, 2 away. An error pitch there by Brett Saberhagen almost came back to bite him, trying to keep things under control. 55, that's going to be a fly ball to Eisenreich, and he's done it. So that's going to be it for our good friend Brian Holman. Oh my goodness, what are you freaking doing there? All right, so Brian Holman is out, and coming in is going to be Tom Neidenfuer. Do we have Tom Neidenfuer? We do. There he is. There's Tom. So Tom Neidenfuer is going to come in to pitch here in the 8th inning. He's relieving Brian Holman. Gave up 5 runs. 63, and Eisenreich, the lefty. 1-4. That's going to be a liner right at Davis. He doesn't even have to move to make that catch. Just scooped it up before it hit the ground. 44 is a blank. Danny Tartable. And he's going to lace one. That one's going out towards Griffey. It's over his head. Griffey on his horse tracks it down by the wall. Here comes the throw. Valquez puts the tag on, but in there is Danny Tartable with a 1-out double. Gets into scoring position. And that brings up Kurt Stillwell. Our good friend Kurt Stillwell. What's he going to do tonight? 1-1 home run check. And that's going to be in there. Kurt Stillwell, come on, 1-6, baby. Come on, 1-6. Ah, he's flied it way out there. Ken Griffey goes back towards the warning track at the wall, leaps up, makes the catch, and he hauls that in. Great play there by Ken Griffey, taking away at least a double for the second out. Frank White, 0 for 3 on the day. 42's a blank. Frank White, 0 for 3, 52, and that's going to be a fly ball. And this time, Kano heads to his left and makes the catch by the foul line, and that's going to do it. Unfortunately, the double by Danny Tartable goes for naught. No runs, 1 hit, no error. Brett Saberhagen comes out for the top of the 9th. You know what? I think we might be taking Saberhagen out. We got 2 lefties coming up after the switch hitter, so Saberhagen pitched a hell of a game. There's no sense in ruining his great day. We're going to bring in Jerry Gleaton. This is a risky move. I know it. Everyone knows it. Jerry Gleaton, not the besting of pitchers out there, but he is our one and only left-hander. He is 1-1 with a save, 563 average, very close to his 565. And he's pitched a little bit more than he did in real life. Same amount of hits almost. And the strikeouts to walk ratio is about the same there as well. So, excuse me, pardon me. He only needs to get 3 outs. So unless he starts imploding here, Harold Baines, 1-2 is going to be a blank. So Harold's going to get a pitch. And he's going to fly this one out to Eisenreich out there in right field. And Eisenreich makes the catch. 1 away. Greg Briley, 2 lefties coming up. So do you pull Greg Briley? He's only batting 148, the left fielder. What's our choices in left field if we... We'd have to bring in Mickey Brantley, which is a 4 range, 0 arrow, but a -2. Mickey Brantley might be better. Mickey Brantley, let's see what he did in Played 34 games. He might, he might not even be on the roster at this point anymore. Who knows? Let me look at the actual lineup here and see who they brought in. Oh, Seattle brought in a whole bunch of people. Mario Diaz, Jim Presley, Jim Wilson, Edgar Martinez, Mike Kingery, and Dave Cochran. Boy, they brought in a bunch of people. So we're going to bring in Dave Cochran. If we look, 235 average, 3 home runs. Yeah, we'll bring in Dave Cochran here. All right, we'll worry about our lineup if we have to, if they end up scoring 5 runs. But they're down to the last 2 outs. Against the lefty, Jerry Gleaton, 1-6, and he's going to strike out Dave Cochran. Straight right 3, good job there by Jerry Gleaton. Alvin Davis 0 for 3, and once again, what do we have? Do we have any lefties? Darren Coles, I think we mentioned, did we mention Darren Coles? Darren Coles is at third base. Yes, there he is, right there. Why is he not? He should be grayed out. I should not be able to select him. Jim Presley. Edgar Martinez. We're going to bring in Edgar Martinez here. Give him a little pinch hit opportunity. Edgar Martinez batting 500. You see his stats against Kansas City again, but 240 average. And only 2 home runs. Home run's not going to win it for him, so there's no sense in worrying about that. 52, and don't tell me Jerry Gleaton comes in and gets 2 strikeouts. Good Lord. You know it's your day when Jerry Gleaton, the left-hander, comes in and gets 2 strikeouts. Wonderful job there. Kansas City wins. Kansas City wins. And they improve, too. Dun, 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 dun. They improve with 10 games left in the season. There is now 9 games left in the season. They improved to 92-61. In real life, they were 88-65. They did win this game in real life. 9-2 victory by Kansas City. Brett Saberhagen with the win goes to 25-3. And I'm assuming he won this game in real life as well. Let's see. Saberhagen does get the win. He improved to 21-6 in real life. And he only pitched 7 innings. Then Charlie Rebrandt came in, Steve Farr, and Terry Leach. But Brian Holman takes the loss. He drops to 8-12 in real life. In our replay, he is 0-4, not doing well against Kansas City. They've got his number, I guess. So your final here for game number 153 is going to be 0 runs on 3 hits, no errors. Kansas City 5 runs, 11 hits, no errors, and they improved to 92-61. Seattle drops to 2 wins and 8 losses against Kansas City, but we have 3 more games to go. So we're going to save those stats, and we're going to start up our doubleheader. We are going for a doubleheader here. The Royals, game number 150. What number would this be? 154. Too many numbers rattling around inside my head. And so we will pick this up in just a minute. All right. So game. You can see after tonight, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 left after tonight. It's going to be Billy Swift against Tom Gordon. Billy Swift versus Tom Gordon. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about their, well, they each had equal amount of starts, 16 and 16. So this is going to be a good matchup. And once again, it looks like center field. Are they missing Ken Griffey again? It does look like they're missing Ken Griffey. Let me just make sure. Did he actually play in this one as well? He did. So the coding must not realize Ken Griffey Jr., the junior part of the coding in this game must not realize it. There you go. That's why he doesn't show up in there. And there we go for our team. Our team is pretty much never have to bring anybody in because most of our players must be carded, I guess. So we're going to be playing ball here. Playing ball. Game number 153. Kansas City back on the winning track. Harold Baines, Greg Briley, Alvin Davis, Jeff Leonard, Ken Griffey Jr., Darren Coles, Henry Cotto, Scott Bradley, Mario Diaz, and Billy Swift against Steitzer, Wilson, Brett, Jackson, Eisenreich, Stillwell, Tabler. Tabler's in the lineup at first base today. Frank White, Mike McFarland. So we got George Brett is the DH today, and then Tom Gordon. So here's Gordon's stats. 6 and 7 with the save. ERA slightly higher. He could his hits. He's given up a little bit more hits. Not as many strikeouts, but his walks are pretty close to what he gave up in real life. With 8 games remaining, he might have one more start left in the season. We don't know, but this might be his last, or he might have one more. With 8 games after tonight. So Harold Baines against Tom Gordon, righty, versus Harold Baines, the switchy. 1-2, and that's going to be Harold Baines gets a swing at something. 46 question mark 7-6, and that's going to be a solid single to start things off. Greg Briley. 1-1. 1-12, and he's hit it. It's going. It is going. It is not gone. It's a line right at the shortstop. No double play. Shoo. I thought it was 2-0, just like that. Alvin Davis, 62. Alvin foul tips that one off. He's going to get a reprieve. 24. That's ground ball to White. White turns it and forced out at second. Fielder's choice. Jeff Leonard, the DH, and he's going to swing at a 3-2 pitch. Fastball. Tom Gordon got that by him on the outside corner. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors. We go to the bottom of the first. Billy Swift, let's take a look at him. He's 1-1. Obviously, all these stats are just against Kansas City. 1.68. Boy, he's pitched well. 10 2/3 innings. He's given up 9 hits, 4 strikeouts, and 3 walks. So Steitzer, Willie Wilson, and George Brett, the DH today. 1-3 is a blank, so Steitzer's going to get a swing at it. 64, that's not what he wanted to see. That's going to be ground ball down to Davis. Davis backhand, he waits to Swift. Swift gets to the bag and tags it just in time. Willie Wilson. Range play right off the bat here in the bottom of the first inning. 1-5. This one is going to Coles, and Coles can't get it. That rolls all the way down the line, almost foul ball, but it stays fair. And that's going to be a double by Willie Wilson, hustling down there. George Brett RBI opportunity with 1 away. 62, no strikeout by George Brett. 64, he's going to get a solid single, and coming around to score. Past second base, Reynolds couldn't get that one, and coming in to score, Willie Wilson in Kansas City takes a 1-0 lead. Bo Jackson playing left field, his usual spot. And possible error chance, 64. That's to Reynolds, 1-6. It'll be an error, no error. And they are going to get the ground ball double play. Jackson hits into the 4-6-3, but 1 run on 2 hits, no errors. Big RBI there by George Brett with the single, and KC takes a 1-0 lead. Tom Gordon against Ken Griffey Jr. And Griffey's going to get a swing at one. 26, and that one's going to be a ground ball. Stillwell, he charges towards the bag and throws it off balance throw, but Tabler makes a stretch and catch. Darren Coles, third baseman. 24, another error chance. 235, and that is going to, that would be an error and a throw. This one's a fly ball. So Eisenreich makes the catch. And Harry Cotto, 53, and here, he's going to walk. Doesn't walk much, but this time, good eye by Henry Cotto. 21 by Scott Bradley. 54. It's going to be a fly ball. Jackson's coming in, and he's going to make the catch. Tosses the ball to one lucky fan, and they head back to the dugout with a 1-0 lead. We go to the bottom of the second. Jim Eisenreich being the man of the month here. 4 and a 6, and ooh, just barely didn't get hit there. 1-4. He's going to line it, and Davis jumps up, makes the catch. Good play there by the first baseman, Kurt Stillwell. Possible error chance again. 45, and that is going to be a solid single past Diaz. And Diaz with the error, one base error. And so that is going to be a double, as he would have been on first anyways. So single and an error on the shortstop. Diaz, he's definitely their weak link. Left side is definitely 11 and 17, so you want to hit it to the left. And even the left fielder's a 7 for error chances. That would be good. So 1 on, 1 out for Pat Tabler. 43, and they walk Pat Tabler. Good eye there by Pat. That brings in Frank White, second baseman. Frankie, come on, buddy. Give us a good one. 65. Frank is going to get a swing at it. 6-6, that's going to be ground ball to short. And no double play. And it looks like everyone advances. And out at first. So Frank White ground out. Brings up Mike McFarland, the catcher today. Bob Boone taking a day off. Can McFarland drill something to give him a... Nope. This one's going to be drilled right at Diaz. And that's going to do it. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error. KC still 1-0. Top of 3. Mario Diaz. Stadium check. Again, not many hits here. Oh, we got a rare play. So let's see here. A lot of them are error checks. Shortstop goes to the hole to make a play and Hurts arm on throw. Resolve play as a G6 ranged play. Check for injury. No injury check is made because we have injuries turned off, and he makes the play. So Stillwell, that's why I wanted to turn injuries off, because I want to be able to play the players that played in the games. And if I have injuries on, Kurt Stillwell would have been out probably for 30 games. 2-6. Ground ball to short, 2-way. Greg Briley, 1-5, and he strikes out. Second strikeout by Tom Gordon, and that's going to do it. We go to the bottom of third. Kevin Steitzer, top of the lineup, and Steitzer's going to ground it down to Davis, 1 away. Willie Wilson, 56. He's going to swing at a curveball and miss it. And George Brett, the DH today, 1 for 1. And home run check. Home run check. It's going to be in there, 1-13. George Brett, he lifted this one. This one's going high. It's not going very far, as that's a ground ball down the line past Davis. Got me all excited, George. I thought you were going to hit one there, buddy. Let's see if Bo Jackson can get a hold of one here. 2-3. That's not going to do it. Come on, Bo. 6 and a 4. That's going to be ground ball to Reynolds. So no run, 1 hit, no errors. We just missed the home run there for George Brett. That brings up the top of the 4th. Alvin Davis, 32. And he's going to start off with a leadoff walk. Jeff Leonard here, 35. And a home run check. Ooh, just out of range. Thank God for that. Tom Gordon gave him one down the pipe. Here's a liner right at the shortstop. Runners doubled off, as heading towards second was Alvin Davis. Quick throw by Stillwell. That is a 6-3 double play. Clears the bases for Ken Griffey Jr. 43. Ken Griffey, the lefty, 25, and that's going to be a fly ball out to Bo Jackson. So go to the bottom of the 4th, 1-0. Eisenreich, 22, and that is an Ono single by Jim Eisenreich. Well done, Jim. Singles past the pitcher, and they're going to try the pickoff. 17-0 there. Kurt Stillwell, 1 for 1, 2-3. And Stillwell's going to get a swing at 165. That's ground ball down to Coles. Advancing on the play. Only throw is to Davis at first as he bobbled that one. So Pat Tabler, first baseman. And he's going to strike out. Good pitch there by Billy Swift. Brings up Frank White, who needs a big hit here for us. Needs a big hit. 51, that's not going to do it. It's going to be ground ball to Davis. Davis waits for Swift and pulls him off the bag, but Swift tags out the runner just in time. And that brings us to the top of the fifth. Darren Coles against Tom Gordon. 55 wild pitch. We can ignore that. There is no one on base. 24. Possible error chance. 51. That's going to be to Tabler, and no error as he flips it to Gordon right on target. Gordon this time makes a good play. Henry Cotto, and Cotto swings at a curveball. That one falls in there, and he's way underneath that one. Scott Brantley's 36, and he's going to walk. And there is no pickoff here, so we don't need to roll it. Mario Diaz, 41, and no strikeout there. 1-1, that's going to be ground ball. Gordon sticks his glove out, knocks it down, comes off the mound, catches it, rolls it over to Tabler, and that's going to do it. So no runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of 5. Still a close one here in Kauffman Stadium, 1-0 KC. Billy Swift pitching well here, and his 184 average shows it, 5-4. Mike McFarland, 248 average, and he's grounded it to Reynolds. Reynolds trying to cover the hole and does it. Steitzer 0 for 2. 25. Steitzer 6-6. That's going to be a solid single. This time Reynolds can't get that one. So it brings up Willie Wilson. And he's going to swing away here. And, oh, that is going to be an auto single, just barely. It's in there, and heading around second and heading to third is Steitzer as that one falls in there. So we got runners at the corners, the only one out for George Brett, the lefty. George Brett just missed the home run last time. He's 2 for 2 on the day, 274 average. And this time he's going to strike out at a slider at the knees. So 2-way for Bo Jackson. Can he do some damage here? 6-4, and Bo Jackson strikes out on a curve. This time, that one's outside the zone, but he's swinging it anyways. He swang at it? How about he swung at it? There you go. So we go to the top of the 6th. This is a close one. Good pitching matchup. Billy Swift, Tom Gordon. And even though they are respectively their 5th starters for each team, they are pitching a whale of a ball game. So far, Harold Reynolds 1 for 2 this time. He's going to ground it Stillwell, covering the hole, and he's going to get him. Good defensive placement there. Greg Briley 0 for 2, 3-3. Another error chance in the ground ball. 35. That's going to be a single, and Pat Tabler is not going to make it that time. Alvin Davis, first baseman. 2-5 and a ballpark check for Alvin. 55, that's going to be a solid single and stopping at second. And all of a sudden, Tom Gordon running into a little bit of problems here. 2 on, 1 out. Top of 6 for Jeff Leonard, 36, and he's going to walk him. Tom. Come on, you can do this, Tommy. Let me bring up Ken Griffey Jr., the left-hander. We're going to leave Tom Gordon out. I believe him a man. 1-3. We got to believe in him. Oh, the 20-sider failed us. Griffey's going to get his swing. 31. That's going to be ground ball down to Steitzer. Yes, they're going to try for the double play. And they get it. Double play. 4-6-3. I'm sorry. 5-4-3 as Coles. And, wow, bases loaded. Griffey grounds into the double play. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Still 1-0 Game number 154 has been a humdinger. And no walk by Eisenreich there. 53 against the right-hander ground ball to short. Diaz is going to make the play. Stillwell, and he's going to strike out. So 2 quick outs in this inning. Pat Tabler, 36. Possible throwing error. And that's question mark 9-3. That's going to fall in for a solid single. Kato, no error. So, Frank White 0 for 2 on the day. And 62, and he's going to get another strikeout. So, strikeout number 6 by Billy Swift. We go to the top of the 7th, still 1-0. Darren Cole, 6-3. Uh-oh, range play to start things off here. 6 and a 4. That's going to be second base, Frank White. Ow, Frank. Frank cannot get it as that one raced back up the middle. Henry Kato down 1-0. Does he try a bunt? It's only a 2-bunter. I would say no. Henry Kato, 54. And error possibly. 44. That's a short. And no error. Stillwell. They do get the force out at second. So fielder's choice there. Scott Bradley, catcher. 1 away. They're going to put the steal on. And big throw there by Mike McFarland. And he's caught stealing as good throw. And Henry Kato tries to get aggressive there on that pitch. And, no walk either with the plus. 65. That's going to be a solid single. And now that steal is going to come back to haunt him. Could have got a runner all the way to third, I bet. Mario Diaz, 5-4. Another error chance. 25. That's too short. And this time it's an error. 1 base. Oh, the defense. So 2 on for Tom Gordon. Trying to struggle through this 7th inning. You can tell his arm's a little tired there. Oh, no. Oh, no. I had to say it, didn't I? Okay. Harold Reynolds just not hit home runs, so we don't have to worry about that. 4 and a 6, though. That's question mark 7, and that is going to be a solid single. That's going to score a run. We got us a tie ball game, and that's going to do it for Tom Gordon. He is done. Oh, Tom, you battled well today. Luis Aquino is coming in. Luis Aquino. Runners at the corner, still 2 away. Can they manage to keep this game tied here in the top of the 7th, 32, and Greg Briley is going to get a swing. 26, that's going to be a solid double and scoring all the way from first, and the Mariners take a 3-1 lead here in the top of the 7th. Alvin Davis, 46, and he's going to walk, and Luis Aquino is not making me very proud of him at this point, giving up the single and now the double, and Farley gets out of the inning with the ground ball too short. So it's 3-1. Kansas City needs to bring it back, needs to get a couple runs here to come back into this one. Looks like Seattle is going to be making a pitch change to Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson. All right, Mike McFarland. Michael Jackson versus Mike McFarland. 55, and he's going to strike him out. Steitzer, 41, and no strikeout that time. Steitzer, 55, question mark 9, and the 9 is rolled. That's going to be a solid double. So if they can get 1 run back, sacrifice? No, I'm not going to sacrifice Willie Wilson. 24, wild pitch, and that is a wild pitch. So no sacrifice needed. The runner gets to third. Willie Wilson still up. 66 ballpark. We need a good number here. 65. That is not a good number. That's a fly ball out. But it is deep enough to score the run, so Kansas City gets one of the runs back. George Brett just missed a home run earlier. Maybe he can get lucky again. Range play. Well, we'll take a range play. 4 and a 4. That's the center field Ken Griffey Jr. and he makes it look easy. But 1 run, 1 hit, no errors. We go to the top of the 8th. Ken Griffey against Luis Aquino on a short leash for sure. 34. Lefty's going to get a swing at it. 36 ground ball to short. Ken Griffey not having a good day. Darren Coles, 36 range play. And that's going to be to short. And can't get it. Still well. So 1-on-1 out for Henry Cotto. 34. And Steve Reich 3 called. Big strikeout there. Scott Brantley. 45. Scott Brantley. 63 and a solid single, and lead runner advances, and that'll be it. So runners at the corners. Right-hander Mario Diaz up. .44 range. Oh no, another range play. 1-6. This one is going to Wilson, and Wilson makes a diving stop out there, and a ball headed over his shoulder, and over the shoulder catch, and that's going to do it. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Michael Jackson against Bo Jackson. Jackson's 0 for 3 on the day. I'd almost pinch hit him for him at this point, but let's see if Jackson can get a healthy swing here. 4-5. He's hit it hard, rocket shot right at Reynolds for the out. Eisenreich, we know we're not pulling him. 46 range play. Can Jim Eisenreich find a hole out there? 65, that's the second. Reynolds, oh, Reynolds, the best defender they have, and he cannot get to that one. Wow, do we put the, do we put the whammy on him and try to steal, get into scoring position? They are going to try for the steal. Stolen base, Jim Eisenreich. He's doing everything here to keep his team afloat. Michael Jackson versus Kurt Stillwell, the switch hitter. More strikeouts, less walks, and more home runs versus right-hander. Well, let's see who they've got in the pen here to bring in. They pull Jackson. They'd have to bring in their closer at that point. We're in the bottom of the 8th. They might not. They're going to need him for the 9th, so we're going to leave Jackson in to see if he can do this. 34, hit by pitch, and he's hit him. Boom, right on the left ankle. And he's going to hobble down, and that's going to do it. So Jackson out. They're going to have to bring the closer in now. He's going to need 5 big outs for the win here. Pat Tabler against Mike Schuler. And he comes in. Oh, foul tips that one off. Pat Tabler stays alive. He gets another pitch. 1-1 fly ball. That one's headed back to the track and the wall. And Ken Griffey makes the catch. Advancing on the play, though, is Eisenreich. So runners at the corners now for Frank White. 2 away. Big opportunity for Frank White to get one in here for us. 6-2. Another wild pitch. It is a wild pitch. And coming in to tie the game is going to be Jim Eisenreich. So the steal, the advancement on the deep fly ball, and now the wild pitch, and the game is tied. If somehow Frank White can get a hit, somehow, some way, we could go to the top of the 9th ahead, 6-4, blank. Frank White, come on, Frankie. 55, that's your number. No, it's not. It's going to be a liner right down the line at Coles, and he's going to get it. But we have a tie ball game. Going into the ninth inning, 1 run, 1 hit, no errors. And Luis Aquino, you are out, my friend. You are out. Coming into pitch is going to be Jeff Montgomery. It's not a save opportunity, but they need to shut down the heart or the top of the order here for the Mariners. 45, and he does it. Steve Reich, 3 curveball falls in there. Greg Briley, left fielder, 52, and no strikeout against the lefty. 1-3 fly ball. That one's going back. Wilson on his run makes the catch. 2 away. Alvin Davis, first baseman, 23, and that's going to be a stadium check. 54. That's going down the line. Tabler, he's going to get that one from the hole. Montgomery gets over to first in time, and they got it. 1-2-3 inning by Monty. Jeff Schuler's already given up the tying run, so let's see if he can give up the winning run now here in the bottom of the ninth. The closer for the Mariners. 2-3, hit by pitch. He's hitting another one. He's banging everyone out there. Steitzer with the sack. Come on, Steitzer, get him over to second. 25, and that's a blank, so successful sacrifice bunt there. So runner in 2/3 now, Willie Wilson and George Brett, both of them will get a chance at this. 65, and no walk. Come on, Wilson, get a base hit. 6-1, there's a base hit. Oh, they kept McFarland. I should have pulled him for a pinch runner, I knew it. So runners at the corners now. Well, defense has got to play in. Defense have got to play in. George Brett is up. Who do they have? Do they have a lefty in their pen? They do. Dennis Powell is coming in to face off against George Brett, the lefty. I'm going off the record here now because obviously these players didn't play in the game, but our game is obviously different than what happened in real life. Dennis Powell against George Brett. George Brett's going to get a stadium check. Come on, how good is your stadium, buddy? 4-3, question mark 9-12 is going to be a triple, and that's going to do it. As Kansas City wins, walk-off by George Brett, and Seattle falls once again to Kansas City in game number 154. 8 games left in the season. Very exciting end to this season as Kansas City has now won 2 more against Seattle. Seattle drops to 2 wins, 9 losses against Kansas City. Kansas City improves to 93-61. In real life, Kansas City lost this game 68-86. No, 2-0. Sorry, I was looking at the Mariners record. They lost to the Mariners 2-0 in real life, so they dropped to 88-66. 88. 89, 90, 91, 92, 93. We are 5 games above them, again, in real life. With only 8 games to play, I think we're going to end up with a higher record than they did in real life. So your final score from Kauffman Stadium is the Seattle Mariners 3 runs, 9 hits, and an error. Kansas City 4 runs, 12 hits, 1 error. The walk-off hit wins it in the bottom of the ninth. By, who was it that got the, oh, it was George Brett. Of course it was. McFarland ended up scoring off a George Brett single to right field off the Kauffman Stadium card. So thanks for watching games number 153 and 154. Only 8 games left in this season. Might try to squeeze in another doubleheader later tonight, but Retro Sports Network is running a live stream here shortly with a good friend, the OG, Original Grognard. They'll be doing an interview, so we're going to be going over to Retro Sports Network to check out his interview with the OG. So if you guys are interested, go over there and watch that, and hopefully I'll see you guys over there shortly. It should start around 8 o'clock-ish is what I hear. So looking forward to that. Ron always does a great job. And your final score here from Kansas City. Kansas City takes the first 2 games against Seattle, 4-3 victory. We'll see you for game number 155. Only 8 games left in this season. Damn, missed another Kansas City win, says Ken Castro. Yes, my friend. We're headed over to Retro Sports Network as he is about ready to start his interview with the OG. He starts around 8-ish, I hear. So hopefully we'll be over there in time. So, Ken Castro, thanks for coming by, my friend. I actually wanted to talk to you about some APA stuff, but we'll have to do that next time. I'm going to try and maybe squeeze in another game or two after Ron gets done tonight, depending on the schedules and stuff. All right, we'll see you over there, Ken. Thank you all for showing up tonight. Appreciate it. We'll see you guys next time for game number 155.